It was intimidating. It was the kind of grunt work that goes into some of the jobs we have. There's an awful lot of exterior pieces that you have to put together, and then you have to summon up the interior resolve and requirements when the day comes. But it's not something you take lightly. I mean, he's a very well documented, and not only that, but as well as being a very beloved guy. I look and sound nothing like him, so my work was cut out for me. But the people and the time and the hang that we had making the movie really did meld into a very, very special movie making experience. He was extremely busy. For a man that balanced the tight home life that he did, as well as the benevolent feelings here on the lot of all the employees, he was an extremely busy man. As a lot of visionaries are. So he was always working, he was always planning. He was always 5 years down the road from where he was on any individual day. And that was a surprise to me. He wasn't just an easygoing, he was an easygoing man when you caught him for the first few minutes. But if it was a business meeting, he got down to business pretty quick.
I do. Huge boots to fill. I studied hair. I looked up the 1964 premiere, which is the scene that I was in. And yeah, I mean, she's the most obviously incredible person, and just to play her was really amazing. No, but apparently she's here tonight. So I'm very excited.
I have seen it quite a few times, and it turned out better than I thought it was going to. Actually, just, you know, John Lee Hancock, our director's a genius, so, you know, it's because he's standing next to me. I'm going to be really horrible about him once I get further down the line. No, he's amazing. You'll have him next. Say, yeah, she just said awful things about you. My favorite part is when Ralph, the chauffeur, shows up to take her to the premiere. For me, that moment always just gets me, and Ralph is the one character in the film that didn't really exist. So he's an invention, so he's kind of my little baby. But yeah, I love that.
It's the movie I wanted to make. I'm very pleased with it. We had an amazing experience making it, and you know, now it's done. So show it to people. It's not a story we all know, and I certainly didn't know it. The tragic origin story of Mary Poppins. And so when I read the script, one, it was an amazing script and such good storytelling. But two, I just went crazy trying to find out everything I could about P.L. Travers in Australia, and there's a little bit of a mystery involved with the script and with the movie, which is fun.
I have seen the film. And my heart is the size of a raisin. I'm bitter and critical, and I love this movie. I thought it was incredibly moving, and the performances are extraordinary. Well, I think this movie, the reason it's so powerful emotionally is that it hits a lot of really universal things. How we spend our lives trying to figure out our sort of unfathomable parents, and then end up being some sort of ironic reaction to them. I think it's a pretty universal thing, and it's also, it's also the joy of and hell of trying to put a story together.
It was really exciting because not only did they write these great songs, but we play them at a moment where they don't know if the movie's ever going to get made. So it's this incredible period of drama for these characters, as well as every character in the movie, where they've written Mary Poppins, but they're not getting the green light to actually make it, and they're trying their hearts out to convince P.L. Travers, who Emma Thompson plays, to make the movie. And so it's fun to play these songwriters at a moment of vulnerability, even though they've written songs they know are great.
And it was intimidating because Richard Sherman, who's still alive, was there every day on set, sitting 20 feet across from us.
Yeah, so Jason's playing this real guy while he watches Jason's performance.
Yeah, but it was I think, well, it was amazing. It was freaky. He cried a few times, which was nice. I mean, not that he cried.
They were doing your funny scenes though, so it wasn't going very
it was
well.
bad. Yeah.
She was a tough character.
Yes.
So, Embody, I can only imagine. I mean,
She was-
She seemed like a lot.
She was a lot, yes. She was so tortured, poor old thing. You know, she was never really comfortable in her skin, virtually anywhere, I don't think. She was always in pain and always upset and always cross. And here was the worst place of all. She just hated America. She hated Americans. She hated Los Angeles. She hated Walt Disney. And she hated cartoons. So she really was in just about the worst possible place to be. I love Annie Rose Buckley, the little girl who plays me when I'm little. And I love Paul Giamatti, his part as Ralph the driver. Those are the scenes which we loved playing, and he's such a wonderful actor. And yeah, I guess watching them, I like him.
Right. And he was the only character that was
That was
not-
fictionalized.
That was fictional. Wow.
Indeed.
I think he's the one major character who was fictional, because they wanted somebody for her to like have a warm relationship with, because she doesn't have a warm relationship with anybody. So they need somebody to kind of bring out the kindness in her.
I mean, I know it was Emma Thompson technically, but like P.L. Travers. Oh.
Is that more? Oh, wow. Keep going. You can just curl up in there if you want there, baby. Well, what do you think? It's real. It's all real. 100% man. I'm telling you. This is what it was like with her in the car. Out of her. No, see, why? No. She's just saying that because she's got a camera pointed. Oh, come on. It's thick, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It is, isn't it?
It's
I
like
look
being with
like
a whole other human being.
I know. I've got another human being hidden in there. How's my beard look? She messed my beard up, didn't she? I spent a lot of time combing this thing out.
I love it. I was surprised that I'd heard he had had some trouble, convincing her to make the movie, but I had no idea that she was really the curmudgeon she turned out to be.
Right.
And Emma's wonderful. Emma Thompson is just sensational.
The amazing thing that I feel is I did not know the backstory about Pamela Travers. And although I knew her, I knew nothing about her early years and her childhood. So this is a revelation for me to see this movie.
So did you know P.L. Travers?
Yes, I did. Yes, I met her, and we corresponded a little bit. But once my work on the movie began, then she was back in London, and I didn't really meet her after that.
Tell me what you think of Tom Hanks' Walt Disney.
I think he's great. I think he's got just the right sparkle. She's exactly like Pamela. And I think Colin Farrell is superb. So they're all wonderful.